Rugrats will go down as not only the cartoon that put Nickelodeon on the map, but as a genuinely great show. I can vouch for the fact that this show doesn't stop being amusing when you get older. I'm almost 19 years old and I still love this show. The moral lessons are even more effective in my opinion when you're old enough to look back on them. Most of the episodes inspire and encourage the viewer to understand that it's okay to be afraid, it's okay to get angry at your siblings, and it's okay to be a bit of a free spirit. However, it also discourages you from acting like Angelica, the series' antagonist. Angelica, for the most part, represents the worst of humanity. Let's be real. She's mean for the sake of being mean. She's manipulative, and she's both greedy and conceited. However, not every episode that revolves around Angelica is mean-spirited, at least not entirely. And one such episode is, in my personal opinion, the most underrated episode of Rugrats. So today, we're going to look back on said episode, and I'm going to discuss what I personally believe is the most underrated episode of Rugrats. As previously mentioned, Angelica is a character that is portrayed as somebody you definitely shouldn't embody. She's spoiled, bratty, and can be a downright bully usually. She takes out her frustrations on the babies, even though the babies are truthfully the closest thing that she has to friends. Her father spoils her all the time and her mother never has time for her, which is what leads to Angelica acting out so much. However, I always believed that Angelica possessed the potential to redeem herself. Angelica, in all honesty, should have been the Zuko of Rugrats. She always showed glimpses of being a better person, but the showrunners never really fully committed to the idea of Angelica as a good guy. However, they did tease it now and again, such as in Angelica Knows Best, where she finally tells the truth to everybody after spending the entire episode just lying and framing the babies and the pets for accidents that she made. But in my opinion, the episode that showed some of her best character work has to be Angelica's twin. In this episode, the adults take the kids out to the store, and after Angelica asks for a toy, they agree to allow each kid to get one toy. Angelica, however, finds two toys that she really wants, so she crafts an intriguing plan to fake having a twin sister named Molina so that Dee Dee will buy both toys, one for her and one for Molina. And to do this, she changes her hairstyle and her attitude so she's more chipper and upbeat. The adults obviously know that she's lying, but Dee Dee plays along because she doesn't want to stifle Angelica's creativity, lip shits and all that. The babies, on the other hand, do fall for it. Well, except for Tommy, but he eventually buys it. The thing is that Angelica is actually really convincing in her role as Molina. She calls the babies cute and is just genuinely a much better and kinder person overall.
Hi, little boy. Have we met? It's me, Angelica. It's Connie. Oh, yes. My sister has told me so much about you. You're much cuter than she says.
In fact, she's so good at her role that the babies start to like her a lot. They like Molina, I mean. So much so that they're willing to admit to Molina that they like her a lot more than they like Angelica, which is not at all.
I'm sure there's lots of things you babies like about Angelica, too. No, not really. Jackie. Well, there was a... No.
Now, Angelica is obviously offended by this and promptly changes Molina's attitude to match her normal nasty demeanor before dropping the character entirely. Angelica, ironically enough, became jealous of herself. Molina left such a positive impact on the babies that they literally cried when Angelica told them that she had left. And even after learning that Molina and Angelica were the same person and thus she was never a real person, the babies still miss her dearly and try to preserve the memory they had of her. Chucky even talks about going off to sea and marry her one day.
When I get older, I'm gonna go visit her.
What makes this episode so good is that it shows you that Angelica has the potential to be a great person and to truly be proper friends with the other children. It gives you a glimpse of Angelica's other half that she's tried to keep buried deep down. She has lots of good in her. In fact, she has so much good in her that it scares her. Molina is everything that Angelica isn't. She's warm, kind-hearted, and gets along well with the babies. Essentially, when Angelica brought out the Molina character, she accidentally revealed an alternative version of herself to the world. The version that the adults already thought she was. The adults think Angelica is a sweet girl and that her bad deeds are not. Babies know otherwise, but Molina allows them to see the version of Angelica the adults already believe she is. Sweet, innocent, and for lack of a better word, angelic. Angelica herself has a bit of a split personality. She wants people to like her, but she also seems to enjoy being mean to people. In essence, her good and bad attitudes are represented as two completely different people. When Molina wins over the hearts of the babies, it scares Angelica, because she never intended the Molina character to show a glimpse at what a different life could be for her. Angelica doesn't have the strength to embrace that possibility of positive change, and so she reverts and lets Molina die off. I personally see this as a missed opportunity by the writers to craft Angelica's redemption story. Imagine for a second if Angelica continued to battle her positive half throughout the series, the Molina that's still inside her. Imagine Tommy trying to bring that positivity out of Angelica because he's so optimistic about everything. In the end, Angelica could have finally redeemed herself by embracing Molina and allowing herself to become one whole person. It would have been something worth seeing for sure. As it stands, I still love this episode as it personifies the good inside Angelica that's just waiting to break free and shows that Angelica is fearful of change and genuinely wants the babies to like her despite her bad attitude. It shows how positively different things could be if Angelica allowed Molina to break free and wasn't afraid of change. It's a very, very good episode, and I hope that this video helps bring it the attention I think it deserves.